how to not be control mates. We are not the head of the home. We are supposed to be the nurturers, which means we have to learn how to tell our flesh no. We have to learn how to release for peace, release our emotions to the Lord, stay in alignment with the Lord, but identify what's coming out of our mouth gates. You know, if you are about to go to your husband and you want to share something with him, you need to stop for a minute and ask yourself, what is the motivation for why I'm about to talk to my husband? What is it connected to? When I was in that season with God, I asked him to bridle my tongue. And I said, Lord, if it's something you don't want me to say, don't let me speak. And so for a season, believe it or not, I did not talk very much. Because every time I would get ready to go talk to my husband, God would be like, what's your motivation? Fear that he's not listening to you? I can't sow into that. Fear that he's not doing finances correctly? That's not a God. Fear that he's going to do something wrong? That's not following God, right? All these things that I wanted to say to my husband, I have to be accountable for the decisions they make as the head of the home. So they cannot allow emotions to lead them astray from their relationship with God. So as a woman, as a wife, we have to not allow our emotions to lead our husbands astray, because we are not helping them then. We are hindering them. And so just to kind of encourage you guys in this, we need to really be mindful of what's coming out of our mouths. We need to be mindful of what's going on in here. If our hearts are not right and we are struggling with fear, we don't need to talk to our husbands about anything. We need to go to our Creator, because He created us. He knows the generational stuff we're dealing with. He knows what's going to help take it out. He knows what we need more than anybody else in this world. He knows. So we need to go to Him and ask Him to help us. But we don't go to our husbands with that. And husbands need to be able to learn that too, where there are times where you're going to have to protect your wife from herself, as my husband calls it, where there are times where he is so discerning, he can tell what's coming out of me is fear and not faith, because that's not what God's calling him to do or what God's telling him to say. So he won't do it. He won't allow my emotions to lead him astray. He will not allow. We have to be able to learn how to be helpmates and learn how to submit and learn how to trust the Lord, no matter what we see or how God is teaching our husbands to do whatever He's doing. We can't let that be fear that's motivating our decisions, or fear that's allowing our emotions to control us, or control. Those are two things, women, that we're gonna struggle with. So we have to learn how to identify when control is trying to come in our body, when fear is trying to hurt us. We need to be able to identify these things so we can take them out and not let them hurt our marriage.